so excited for today's video. We have a lot of fun things to take a look at together. First, I want to say if you are one of my subscribers, thank you so much for watching my channel, watching my videos, and supporting my dream of having this channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Hopefully you find this helpful or entertaining, or maybe both. I'm not going to hold off any longer, so let's jump into this bag and see what we've got. In a previous video of mine, I have already opened, sorry, I cannot get comfortable. I'm like at the corner of this little thing. Reset, let's start over. In a previous video of mine, I have already opened this bag and given you guys a little sneak peek of what's inside, but I wanted to save everything. Oh my gosh, sorry, I cannot get comfortable. I wanted to save everything because I have a trip coming up. And one of the things that I worry about traveling now that I have made my fitness like part of my daily routine is how am I going to be able to maintain that while I am away from home and away from all my usual stuff? So I ordered some supplement containers, some little travel containers for us to take a look at together. And I'm going to review them and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on each of them. And hopefully it'll help you guys out if maybe you're struggling with the same concern. So we're going to jump into this bag. I have a bunch of different styles. We're going to start with this guy. As you can see, this box is in terrible condition, thanks Amazon. They pretty much just threw everything into this giant bag together. So very annoying that it's already, I don't even have words for this box. But anyways, regardless of the condition of the box, the products do look really good. So this is, I'm not even going to be able to pronounce this name, Termichy. I don't know if maybe you can see that. So these are actually advertised as baby formula dispensers. There are 6 of them. It says they're 120 milliliter capacity each, made of FDA approved food grade PP, which I think is polypropylate, I don't know, plastic, BPA free, made in China, of course. Okay, so let's open these guys up. All right, pretty simple and basic. I do really like the colors of these. Hold on, I have a cheat sheet so I can tell you guys what colors these come in. This guy is available in pink, blue, gray, warm gray, which that's what this is, but this looks like more of a taupe color, mint and white, and that's only going to be the tops. The containers are all clear. It says 2.1 ounce capacity is what I got off of Amazon, and this was $12.99 for the kit, which I think is about average for similar containers that I saw, and they are stackable. And again, as I said, they're advertised as being for baby formula. What I liked about these is that they have this little spout on them, which you can remove that top as well. So I thought these would be really good for powders, protein powders, pre-workouts. I do right now hydration, pre-workout, my creatine, protein, and a post-workout. So I do have several powders that I take, and I thought that these would be good to try for that. Could have done a lot better on the packaging though. I don't know if that happened in transit or what was going on there. That's the first one. Okay, the second one, this is very similar. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to get into this packaging. Hold on, let me go grab a knife. This came packaged a little bit better. I would still recommend, you know how Amazon does that thing now where they can ship in the supplier's packaging or put it in Amazon packaging. I would definitely put this in Amazon packaging. It is wrapped up very well, but I wouldn't want this just hanging out in my mail. So I'm gonna open this guy up. Okay. Take that back. Apparently it's just got a bunch of tape all over it and is not actually packaged as well as I thought. I can't tell what's going on with this. There's tape everywhere on this, everywhere. So it looks like what they've done is put it in these like plastic bags that you're like, if you order workout clothes from certain companies, they'll come packaged in these things. Things somewhere. It does come with clips, which is nice. These feel a lot cheaper already than the other ones. I can tell you just by holding these, they feel much more lightweight. The other ones felt like a little bit more heavy duty plastic. So let's get into these guys. Yeah, not super impressed with the quality of plastic on these. These feel like thin, cheap plastic. So we have pink and gray. I did think the colors were really pretty. Again, I like this peachy color, like a neutral color with the gray. These were called, the brand is Baderke. It was $15.99 on sale for $13.99 for the 2-pack. They do not mention being BPA free, food grade, anything like that, which a lot of the other ones did. So again, these feel like a much cheaper plastic, and not sure how I feel about them. They're listed as having 4-ounce capacity each. They come in, this is the pink and gray. They also come in black, blue, pink, white, gray and white, pink and white, and blue and white. So these also have the spouts, much like the other ones. I don't know that these are 4-ounce. These feel very similar to the other ones. I guess they are a little bit bigger. So that's the pink next to the baby food, but they don't feel much bigger. They feel like a much cheaper, lightweight plastic. Also, only the top one has the spout. After that top one, they no longer have the spout, which I also don't really like. They don't feel like they're gonna stay screwed very well. These just feel cheap. I'm just gonna be honest. These feel very cheap. I'm not loving these, but we're gonna try them. Okay, this one, I will say from initial reaction, now it did arrive like this. Again, the packaging, I guess just from tossing everything into that bag, the packaging just wasn't great. This is the only brand name one out of the group. This is Blender Bottle. These feel much, much better quality. These, it was $14.99 on sale for $12.99. I only saw it in the white. If you look on the back, it does show that it comes in other colors, but I didn't see that. Admittedly, I also didn't search for it though. I was happy with the white. This is described as being durable Eastman Triton plastic, stain and odor resistant, BPA and phthalate, I don't know how to pronounce that, phthalate free, and dishwasher safe. The sizes, it measures them in cc's, 40 cc's, 60 cc's, 100 cc's, and 150 cc's. I've only ever heard of that in medical settings, so I don't know what a cc is, but take that for what you will. These come connected with a little carry guy on the top that you can remove. These are very simple, just a screw top, no spout, but again, these feel like locked in. These feel, oh, they do, let's see if you can see, they have like a little thing here where they kind of like the top, it clips into place. So already feel much more sturdy and much better quality than the other ones. So we'll see how these go. Again, I do still like the spout, especially for pouring your powders, but I think if you were taking a scoop with you, these would be fine. I don't know about this little one, but I also do have like some small pills, like my zinc pill is very small, so maybe that would be good. Maybe it would be better for pills than powders. We'll see. I ordered 7 total. These other 4 are going to be a very different style. So these are all, they're like one container that has like 7 different compartments, and all of these are the same style. They have different tops, which was part of why I'm testing these. Some of them have pop tops, some of them have push tops, some of them slide. In the reviews, people seemed to have mixed things to say about the quality of the different tops. So that's really what I'm planning to review with these. I think every single one came with 20 labels. So honestly, they're probably all produced in like similar facilities, if not the same facility. So this first one is Auvon. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Auvon. It was $14.99 on sale for $9.99. This one only comes in black and pink. It was listed as being BPA-free food grade plastic. That's cute. Daily health assistant. Okay. So it does say on the box that they have black, pink, purple, blue, and gray. I did not see that listed on Amazon though. They only had the black and the pink, and the capacity was not listed for this one. So a lot of these, the capacity was listed in like the amount of pills that they can hold. Oh my goodness. And I do have like pill supplements that I can also use these for, but primarily I'm looking at these for powders, and I wanted to see if these would be suitable for powders based on the tops. Like, are they a container where you could put powder in them? So the ridges, like the dividers of the middle compartments, do come all the way up, which I guess is supposed to go all the way to the top. No, I don't think I would do powder in this because I can see in there, I'm not going to be able to show you guys, but you can see in there that if you had a powder, the powder would get mixed up. Now, what you could try is putting like the same type of powder and just measuring it into like your daily portions. So maybe if you had like your protein, because that way, if it got mixed up, it probably wouldn't be a big deal. And then with the way this top is, so you push it like that, and it has the opening, and you can twist this. You just twist it to like the next compartment. So I don't know, maybe you could try this with like the same type of powder. I definitely would not use this to mix up a bunch of different powders though. So again, similar style. I think this one is a little bit smaller than the other one. This one has the pop top. And this is a Puliv, P-U-L-I-V is the brand of this one. This one was $9.99. Also only comes in black and pink. BPA-free plastic. It said 6 kilograms was the capacity on Amazon. Not easy to find capacity for these things. So very similar to the other one, a little bit smaller. This one, like I said, has the top that pops. It does still twist like the other one does. Let's see. This one, so there actually is a lot less space. Again, it's hard for me to show you guys on the camera, but this one, they come all the way up. They're not curved like the other one was, and they do seem to fit flush against the top. So what I might do to test this one is I might try it again with the same kind of powder, but just see what kind of leakage or spillage I get from it going from one compartment to the other, because right now it really doesn't feel like it will. And I think it would just be cool to like put 7 days of like pre-workout, for example, and just have to like twist it and dump it in. So I'll let you guys know how that one works in terms of spillage. This is another pop top. This is a larger one. This one is Navikia was $11.99 on sale for $9.99. So far the price of all of these has been $9.99. The last one that I have was $8.99, so $1 cheaper, but these, they've all been around the same price. This one comes in gray, dark gray, black, and white, and listed as BPA-free food grade plastic, and the capacity is 8 kilograms on this one. And oh, I got this one in white. Okay, it does come with a strap, which we probably won't use, but it's nice that it has it. Okay, so this one looks similar in size to that first one, but this one I would say is like taller and thinner. The other ones were a little bit more wide. This one also has a much different top on it. It is a flip top. This one feels like it locks a lot better. The flip top seems to lock in a lot harder. Same concept, just twist. I can definitely see there's about maybe like a millimeter. I mean, it's a very, very small amount of space between the dividers and where the top connects. But if you can see, this one curves, which is what the first one did. And I think that is part of what's leaving some of that space. But I don't know. Again, I think with all of these, what I'm gonna have to do is just put the same type of powder in each one and then report back to you guys on how much spillage I get, because there's not a lot of room, but there's enough that I don't think you would want it cross-contaminated. So maybe that's going to be the verdict on these, is great for travel, but keep the same type of powder in each container and then just use like a different container. So for example, I might use one for my pre-workout, one for my protein, etc. This is the last one. This one is very interesting. So if you can see on the box, the top like rotates around, and I think the opening is on the outside of the top, which I thought was very interesting. It's again advertised for pills. I am probably not going to be able to pronounce that name. Hionxmga. It's not a word. Hionxmga. Can't pronounce it. $8.99. It comes in a frosted cyan, which is like a greenish blue teal color, gray and pink. It is advertised as being frosted plastic and non-slip TPU BPA-free moisture proof, not suitable for storing gummy vitamins. No capacity listed. The color is very pretty though. I do like the color. So this was the frosted cyan color, and as you can see, it's like a teal color. This one has like a no slip portion on the bottom. Initial thoughts, the plastic feels a little bit thinner and cheaper than the other ones. This one does feel like if I were to drop it, it would break very easily. Okay, so the top rotates around and the opening is on the side. This little thing like clips into place and not super securely. I don't know that I like this for a travel bag, to be honest with you. Let's unscrew. Can we take it off? Okay, how do we get the top? Surely this top comes off. How do you refill? Those are labels. Okay, it shows the top is off, so there has to be a way to get this top off somehow. I just don't know how you would do it, and I feel like I'm gonna break it if I keep trying. Okay, so apparently you do just pull it off. Yeah, I'm not loving this. There's the You can see this definitely has some ridges in the middle, so I truly do not believe that I would try putting a powder in this, especially because of the way the top is designed. This piece doesn't feel like it's clipping in very well. It does have like a piece that fits very snugly into there. So in terms of like for pills, I'm not super concerned that the pills would fall out, but for powder, I just don't know that this guy is gonna work for powder. And I don't really think you would want to anyway, just because it would be very awkward trying to like dump that out. So I think this might have to work for like my daily pill supplements, but that's okay because that was kind of what I intended some of these to be used for anyway. That is it for the first look at the containers that I got. My plan is I will be packing this week. Today's Sunday and I'm actually not leaving until Friday. So I wanted to go ahead and open everything, give you guys a first look. I need time to get them washed. So I might film while I'm packing them and filling them up, just to, again, give you guys like my thoughts on first time using some of these. I will do a full review once I get home on how each of them worked and give you like my final thoughts. I'm gonna pack all this stuff up, get it washed, get it cleaned, and I will catch you guys when I'm packing. We're back, it's Friday. Don't be like me and wait until the day of your trip to pack. It's not a good idea. As you can probably see, kitchen is still a mess. Jay did do the dishes last night for me, so that was good, but I have now created more of a mess in the kitchen. Ooh, I do want to show you this. So, it's already packed. I found this guy at Costco. It was like $30. And I bought it for travel because I like to take like my yogurt and cottage cheese and my dairy, like cold stuff, and the dog's food has to be refrigerated. So I thought for 30 bucks this wasn't bad. Well, it comes with these two pockets where you can insert like the cold packs, and they also had a 10 pack of the ice packs for like $20. So yes, sign me up. And then another one in the back, so it's like completely covered. It has so many pockets. It has this cool part on the top that opens up. Oh, that's the wrong part. This part opens up and I have all my snacks in there for the trip. And I was able to fit like Maverick's food, my yogurt, my cottage cheese, everything is in there. So it's nice and tucked away and easy to carry, much easier than a cooler. And it's like padded. I think it's made for hiking actually, but I don't know. It's awesome. So if you see this at Costco, it's definitely worth the money if you travel a lot. So we got some of them washed up and cleaned. One thing I have learned already about these containers, I don't know what in the world to wash these with. I tried like a bottle scrubber and it would not get down in there. So if any of you figure out how to actually wash these, let me know. But I kind of just put the soap around the top and like ran water through it. Ooh, sorry, ran water through it. It was not easy. So I think this is what we're gonna do. For these guys, which had these little spout tops, we're gonna do protein in these because they're pretty good size and I think they'll hold my protein, and there's 6 of those. For this set, so this is the blender bottle set that I said felt like the higher quality plastic. I think this would be awesome to order like 5 of them or however many you'd need, like 1 a day, basically 1 a day because they stack together. So I was thinking like protein in the big one, my post recovery because that's like a big scoop as well with my hydrate, and then maybe like your pre-workout and creatine in this one, and then maybe an extra hydrate. So that would be like all my supplements for the day, and then I could just have 1 stack per day. I think that would be awesome. These I haven't quite figured out. I think I'm going to do my pills in one, hydrate in another, and pre-workout in another. I don't even know if I'm going to try powder in those. It may not work well. But for these so far, I think these are going to work great. So I am going to I've got my protein powder here. Oh, I got this on Amazon. I think I have shown you this in some other videos of mine, but again, using it like daily, multiple times a day, I can't say enough good things about this. And it comes in a travel case, so that's coming with me. My protein, if you use the Transparent Labs, Look at this scoop compared to my hand. This is huge. This is a big scoop. This is the salted caramel chocolate flavor from Transparent Labs. Okay, okay. So good. Looking good. I like this. So for the blender bottle, perfect for that scoop. Hopefully these things are dry all the way. That was my biggest concern, is getting moisture inside of them. Now I'm gonna try these guys. This protein is so yummy, especially mixed with yogurt. Okay, perfect. Hopefully it literally fills these like perfectly, so that's a plus for these. And I think if these work as expected, I can just dump them with that little spout into my cup or my bowl or whatever I am using, and we should be good to go. And then they connect like that, so the bottom of the next one seals the top of the previous one. Okay, so now we've got the 3, and we're gonna cap it with the top, and we have our cute little protein stack. Oh my gosh, look how cute these are. I am so excited about these. For those of you that don't know what Transparent Labs is, this salted chocolate caramel flavor is fantastic. My post-workout is this Transparent Labs black cherry flavor. I am almost out of this stuff, you guys. I mixed that with the raspberry lemonade hydrate, which is really yummy. Then I also have tropical punch and peach mango hydrate. And I like to drink these before bed or even first thing in the morning. So before you come for me, I know a lot of people say that like, oh, most of you aren't working out hard enough to need like a hydration drink. I get that. However, we use 0 water filters. And if you know what 0 water filters are, they are really good filters, but they filter out everything, the good and the bad. So our water, to me at least, and I'm not a scientist, but I don't feel like our water has any benefit to us whatsoever because it has no like minerals in it. I've tried adding like a little bit of Celtic salt. It just tastes weird to me. I don't know. I don't like that. So I started drinking like a half of a scoop of hydrate in like 12 ounces of water before bed. And I've noticed that it really, really helps. So for those of you who say I don't work hard enough to need all this hydration, I feel like it's really just re-mineralizing my water at the end of the day. So that's my spiel on that. We're gonna do post. Actually, post might fit better in. It's not as big of a scoop as I thought. All right, we're gonna do, so I've got my post in this one and I'm adding the hydrate to it. So this size cup has my post and my hydrate. I am going to also do my tropical mango hydrate blend in the little teeny tiny one. And this will be like my nighttime drink. Why do I mix the tropical fruit and the mango? Well, the peach mango is just too sweet by itself, and the tropical punch is not sweet enough. So together, they're the perfect blend. Okay, so I have my hydrate in this one, my post workout and hydrate in this one. We're gonna lock those two together, and I will do my pre. All right, we're gonna do this is the raw nutrition peach mango. I really like the white cherry. I'm almost out of it though. I need to stop getting addicted to it. So that's really not much different than my post-workout. So I probably could have done either one of them. I don't know. You do what works for you. Some people do 2 scoops of pre, but I cannot do that. That is overkill for me. Now we've got it. This is so cute, you guys. So cute. Lock in that. Okay, so if you were gonna do the blender bottle ones, this is what I was talking about. It's a full day of all your supplements. I think this is adorable. So you have your protein, your pre-workout, and your creatine, your post-workout, your hydrate, and more hydrate. This will last me a full day. and I could buy like 4 or 5 of these depending on how many days I usually travel, and then just have one for each day. So I love that. Also love these, but these are great for protein. I think they're a waste of space for the others unless you're just gonna put like a bunch of like hydrate, for example, and then put a scooper in there. But I think that's better served for protein. All right, this one is the one that has like the most coverage up to the top. So I think this is gonna be the best option for powder. I think I'm just gonna do a bunch of hydrate in this one for this trip. That's what it looks like with powder in there. Crap, I forgot to check and make sure it's dry. Let's do this because I'm not convinced that these are really gonna work anyway. I'm only gonna do a tiny little bit of powder to test them out. I will report back. Also super messy. There's powder like all over the rim, so it's also not easy to fill. So initial thoughts are exactly what I thought when I opened them. I don't think these little, good in theory, but I don't think these little 7-day compartments are gonna be as good as I hoped they would be. So I'm gonna test this out for you guys. I got a couple days worth of hydrate in that one. I don't wanna overdo it with that. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do pills in this one. This one's probably not coming for this trip. Screw it. Let's just put more hydrate in this one. Why not? Might as well. So much messier than I thought it was gonna be. I just filled this one up with hydration powder. I didn't fill a lot. I will once I figure out whether or not moisture gets in there and it ruins the powder. All right, what supplements do we need to take? Zinc, collagen and biotin. My omega-3s, love these because they do not taste like nasty, disgusting fish. Every other omega-3 I've tried tastes gross. This one I think is seaweed based, has no flavor, no after flavor either. Magnesium, and my vitamin D3 and K2, and I think that's it. Okay, so daily, the collagen ones are hit or miss because these get really, they're chalky and they're like a dry, I don't know. I don't love these, but we'll stick them at the bottom. So I do 3 of those. So we've got that. So you're supposed to do 2 of the omega-3s. I split them up and do like 1 in the morning and 1 at night. But I'll just drop 2 in each one since these are not split up. I guess something that I could do since I ordered so many, I could have like 1 for my morning pills and 1 for my night pills. All right, the vitamin D3. I used to take this every day, but as I said, I get blood work done every 6 months, and my calcium levels are a little weird. So, don't know if it's because I take too much vitamin D3, but I'm gonna take it like twice a week now. And same with zinc, because this stuff like builds up in your body, at least from what I've researched. So, try to take zinc maybe 3 days out of the week. But I don't want to take them every day. Magnesium, I do take magnesium every day because I get a lot of magnesium in the hydrate. So this one is packed, ready to go. Thoughts on this? I don't think you need this giant size unless you take a lot more pills than me a day. If you're getting these for travel, I think these sizes are a lot more useful. Maybe if you were doing protein powder in this one, then I could maybe see that, but it's big, but I like the top. The top is like very secure on this, so I don't know. And maybe you could also just fill it like with your pills instead of doing it by day, and you know, I don't know. You could do something like that. So we are ready to go. We have the hydrate. We have the pills, we have the protein powder, and we have the full day of supplement stack in our mixer. We're back. It's been a few weeks. I know that last video ended very abruptly. Sorry for that. I totally planned to take you guys along and film while I was at my mom's house, and that didn't happen. You know, life gets busy, stuff happens, but I'm back and I am ready to give you guys my final thoughts on each of these containers. So let's get into it. In general, this style, do not recommend this for powder. I know when I started this review video, I had initially bought all of these thinking that they might be good for powders. These are not good for powders. If you take a lot of pill supplements, this style, the 7 compartment with the little twisty top, this can be really good for your pill supplements, but do not recommend this for powders. They're extremely messy to try and pour the powder in to begin with. They don't come all the way to the top with the dividers, so it doesn't really keep the powder separated. I also still don't know how to clean these completely, so if you get powder down in the depth of the crevices, I don't know how the heck you would get that out other than maybe soak it really long and then hope that it just rinses out, but I don't know that you want to really go by that. So in general, do not use this style for powder. Do not recommend. This is the one I don't even know how to pronounce, the Hionxmga. I don't know. I'm gonna give this guy 1 out of 5 stars. This one, let's start with the positives. Positives is this was the cheapest one out of the whole group. It was like $8.99. It definitely feels like the cheapest out of the group. It's the cheapest plastic. The top doesn't screw on. This is the one where you have to like fight to get the top off, which I don't love. It doesn't latch very well, so not sure that I would recommend that for travel because it'd probably pop open in your bag. It's very awkward to pour. So I honestly, other than the color, I can't find a whole lot of good to say about this. Maybe the size too. It's like an appropriate size for travel with pills, but overall, don't like this guy. 1 out of 5, do not recommend. But the price was cheap. It was $8.99. It was the cheapest of the bunch. But for $1 more, spend the dollar and get one of the better ones. So next we have, I believe this is the second largest out of the bunch that I got. This was from the Auvon. This one has the little push slidey top on it. This one I'm gonna give a 2 out of 5. It's slightly more durable plastic, or at least feels that way from the green one, but I question the quality of this top. Like, this feels like over time it may wear out and maybe not latch as well. Also, the twisty part feels very cheap, like it could come off. The opening of it is not terribly wide. So if you have like super big horse pills, they may get stuck. So yeah, in general, in the price on this, it was like $14.99. I did get it on sale for $9.99, but the regular price of $14.99 just feels very high for this one. I just think there's better ones out there. So this guy gets a 2 out of 5 from me. So next we have this one, which is very similar to the Auvon one we just looked at from Puliv. So this one, I'm gonna give a 3 out of 5. I do like the size, which is why I gave it 1 more star, because if you're traveling and you don't have a ton of pills that you're taking, I think this is the perfect travel size. It's not too big, it's not super intrusive. The plastic feels very similar to the Auvon one. To be honest with you, they feel like this almost the same thing, just with a different top. This one does have a flip top. The reason I went with a 3 out of 5 on this is the top up here where it latches, or not latches, where it, you know what I mean, this part right here. That feels very cheap, and that was the part that in a lot of reviews people said tended to break off. So I haven't personally had that problem, but I haven't given it a lot of hard use yet. So I could see where that would be an issue. But overall, I do like the size. I will also note another reason for giving it a 3 out of 5. This one, the price was $9.99, which in all honesty is exactly what I paid for the larger ones when they were on sale. So the regular price of this being the same cost as the on sale price for the larger size also just felt a little off. Like maybe they could put this one on sale for maybe $6.99, $7.99, be a little bit more reasonable. But overall, not terrible, and I do love the size of this one. This is by far my favorite out of all of the pill style containers. This one I believe is the Navikia. Again, I can't pronounce half of these names, but I like the color options that this one comes in. It is the larger size, so I do wish that this came in the smaller size because this is a lot for travel. You probably just don't need that much. You need about half of that. The top though is very, very secure. I love the size of the opening. I just like the shape of the top, and the quality of the top feels a lot better, even like the twisty part. It just feels like better quality. This one was also $11.99 regular and then $9.99 on sale, where if you remember the other larger black one was $14.99 regular and $9.99 on sale. So this one still comes out cheaper even if it's not on sale. Again, like the color options, I just feel like this is probably your best quality, and that's why I gave it a 4 out of 5. Out of all of the pill containers, this would be my winner for those. Now switching to the stack style, which these are actually the style that I would recommend the most if you have a lot more powder supplements versus your pill supplements. Not this one in particular, but just the style of the cups that stack. So to start with, this was the set that I got from Baderke. Again, if that's how you say it, Baderke. I do not recommend this. I gave this a 1 out of 5. I like the colors. That's probably the reason it's gonna get a 1 from me, but everything else about these I do not like. They feel like extremely cheap plastic. Like they literally feel like they just came out of somebody's like 3D printer in their bedroom or something. They don't really stay latched very well. Like they very easily come undone. So like I'll find myself just picking it up and I can feel that these are coming loose and have to tighten them. The quality is so bad. I really don't think these should be graded for food. These do not feel like food grade plastic. I would not feel comfortable putting anything in these and then consuming it myself. So I do not recommend these. Literally the only thing I liked was the color. They were also like $15.99. I think they were on sale when I bought them, but $15.99. So they were the most expensive out of this style as well. So 1 out of 5, do not recommend these. And for the last 2 sets, I'm gonna kind of look at these together because in my mind, both of these are my winners out of this entire group, but they both serve very different purposes, which makes it a little bit tricky. So we'll start with the blender bottle stack. I gave these a 4 out of 5. I love, 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 love this. As you can see, I still am using this. It's just so great, especially if you're like an organization person and you like to keep everything organized. I don't know. I just can't say enough good things about this. The quality of the material is really, really good. I love the little tops and how they clip into place. Like I just can't say enough good things about these. The negatives, why did I give it a 4 out of 5 instead of a 5 out of 5? It's a little pricey to just get the one set. So I believe this was like $14.99 for the one set, whereas most of these others, you get 2 sets with them. Also the colors, I mean, again, that doesn't matter as much, but really white or black were the only colors they offer that I personally would have gotten. The other colors were just a little bold for my liking. But overall, I love this and definitely would recommend this. Now, why am I reviewing this with this together? Well, as I said, I think these both are great and for different purposes. If you are a person who takes multiple different types of supplements, so your protein powder, your pre-workout, creatine, hydrate, if you have all these different powders that you need to keep separate, I think this is definitely your go-to. This is your guy. Buy one set for each day and you will be good to go. However, the star of the show is this set. I gave this a 5 out of 5. This could also be used if you have separate powders. However, where I think this shines is if you're the type of person that maybe you only take protein powder, or say that you take like protein and some other supplements that you mix all together, that's where this shines, because these cups are perfect size for a big scoop of protein and they stay locked very well. They have the cute little top. I love the colors. I love the material. They're not as high material as the blender bottle, but they're still a good high quality plastic. And overall, I love these. I took these on my trip. I use them every single day, still using them at the house. They're an easy way to keep things organized. So that's my thoughts on both of these. I give this a 5 out of 5, mostly because I think this is the best value that you're getting for your money here. They're slightly cheaper and you do get the 2, whereas with the blender bottle, you only get the 1 set. I don't know what more to say about it. These are just fantastic. Great quality for what you're getting. So you can't go wrong with either one of these. I love them both. Like I said, just very different purposes. So you travel with a lot of different powders, go with the blender bottle. You travel with protein powder or powders that you mix together, get this set. I wouldn't even waste my time with the others unless you need it for your pill supplements, to be completely honest. But these would do it for me. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna keep the other ones. There you have it. Those are my thoughts on all of those containers. I really hope that you guys find this helpful. And if you're planning a trip and you actually do end up using any of these, please, please, please comment below and let me know. I cannot wait to hear if you guys tried any of these and how they work for you. Also, if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. I'm gonna have a lot more reviews coming for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.